Hey guys, let's talk about the last HDFC model, which is nothing but the Scrum model. Nowadays, every company they are using the Scrum model. What is Scrum model, or what is Agile model? Basically, sorry, the name is Agile model. What is this? This Agile model is nothing but basically it came up to promote the continuous integration development process. Continuous integration means continuously you have to develop. Like you have 1,000 requirements, you will not start with the 1,000 requirements. You'll start with the small. You will first select 10, then you will go through the requirement analysis. You will do the design, you will do the coding, you will do the testing, you will release those 1,010. Then you will again pick up next 10, and then you will do maybe next you will pick up 5. Next time you will pick up 15. It depends on how complex the requirement is. You have to pick up. This is nothing but agile. Agile, you need to know a couple of things. First is Scrum team. You have to set up a team, which is nothing but called the Scrum team in Agile. The team members may vary from 7 to 10 here. In this team, there will be one person who will be known as Scrum Master. He is responsible. He is not going to do basically any work. His main responsibility is to figure it out whether everyone should be able to work independently. There should not be any blocking. Okay, if person one team member is dependent on another, he or she should make sure that the dependency should be if I am dependent on some other person, if I can work on something else, if the person two is finish his work. If I am depending on some other team, he or she need to communicate with that team. Okay, though there will be one Scrum Master, there will be one business owner or product owner. So he will decide how the functionality will be, how the it will go, and remaining all the say 6 to 7 members or 6 to 8 members, they will be the Scrum team, part of a Scrum team. It includes QA, dev, and all. Okay, so in this first there will be Scrum team in the Agile, where there will be 7 to 10 members, and there will be one Scrum Master, one PO, one this. Now something is called sprint. Sprint means the whole requirement. You have 1,000 requirements. So you have decided, okay, I'll do it in say for next 6 months. I'll be finishing it. So you have to define some timeline. You have to select small requirements, right? Like you have to select first 5 requirements, then you have to select the 10 requirements, then you might need to select the another 7 requirements. So when you need to finish, you have to decide some timeline. Within that timeline, I have to finish. So this sprint time normally it starts from 1 to 4, 1 to 4 week. Okay, it depends on the company to company, depends on the project to project they decide. So for example, we decided our sprint timeline is 2 weeks. Now first we have to decide the sprint. Based on that, we have to decide how much story we can pick. Okay, how much requirement we can pick. Now, for example, think about it. There are 1,000 requirement total. First sprint, that is once we will start, that is called first sprint, second sprint, third sprint, like this. First 2 week will be the first sprint. We have to decide out of 1,000 how many we can do. So we have decided we will do the 5 requirements. We'll pick up 5 from here. Within 2 weeks, we have to do the requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, everything. Once that is done, in the next sprint, again all the team members will sit and they will decide how many they can do out of remaining 995. Maybe they saw these are quite easy, the requirement, they can decide that okay, we can do 15 this time within this next 2 weeks. 15 will be doing. Next time, so remaining will be 980, right? Next time, slowly, they will say, okay, we can do 10 because these requirements are a little bit complex. We cannot do much. Team will decide within these 2 weeks what they can do. So this is first 2 weeks, this is second 2 weeks, this is the third 2 weeks, this is the fourth 2 week, like this it will go. So these all are called sprint. Okay, so these are all known as sprint. In the Agile model, there will be Scrum team where there will be one Scrum Master, one product owner, and remaining all the team members. Here we don't normally call QA dev. It is everyone is equal here. If QA knows some coding work, he or she can also help. If QA is too much overloaded with the QA activity, dev can pitch in and do the testing. Okay, so this is called sprint. Then in the Scrum there is something called daily stand-up meeting. What is that stand-up meeting? Stand-up meeting is every day morning. It is called daily stand-up. Daily you have to do, and you have to do the meeting by standing up. You will not sit and do it. The reason is if people stand up, you can finish the meeting quickly. If you sit and all, that meeting will go on. Here you should not spend much time here. Maximum 15 to 20 minutes you have to spend. In this meeting, what everyone will do, all the team members one by one will give their update. They will say like yesterday I have done this, today I am planning to do this. Again tomorrow you will say yesterday I planned like this, I did this, and tomorrow I am going to do like this. Or today I am going to do all these things. It's called daily stand-up. So there is something called Scrum team, there is something called sprint, there is something called stand-up. Scrum Master I told, PO or product owner I told, remaining will be Scrum team members. Okay, and there is something called STORY, story. What is story? All these requirements in the Agile are known as story. So you can say there are 1,000 stories. You can break the requirement into small parts. These are called stories. Okay, so here there are 1,000 stories you can see. Now there is something called story point. What is story point? For example, against each and every story, you have to give some point. Okay, what is this actually? For example, there are 1,000 stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this dot till 1,000. Against each story, you have to decide some point you have to give. That is called story point. Now you have to decide for 1 point is how many hours. For example, you have decided 1 point means 5 hours. Okay, 1 point means 5 hours. Now you have to pick up the first story. For example, you have to design the login page. So you have to decide how many story points you need. So all the team member, that is not depend on particular Scrum Master or manager. Team need to decide. Here the main thing is team. So you will go and talk. All the team members will figure it out in the sprint planning meeting. That is called sprint planning meeting. Whenever you are going to decide. Before starting any sprint, we have to, all the team members should meet and figure it out how many stories they have to pick up, 5 or 15 or 10. They can finish within this 2 weeks. That is called sprint planning. So, for example, this is the login feature that all the team members decided that, including design, coding, testing, we need 15 hours. So how many story? You have to write 3 story point here against this. Now number 2 requirement, maybe forget password, change password, all these things you need to develop. You figured out that we need 30 hours. So how many story point? Each story point is 5 hours. So for 30 hours, we need 6 story point. You have to give 6 story point against the second requirement. Like this third, fourth, you have to give some story point. 3, 6, maybe 7, maybe 1, maybe 2, okay, maybe 8. It can be big also. But normally people follow some Fibonacci series. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Okay, like this people give. Then next is 21. These are the story points people give. So clear? Anyway, you don't need all these things right now. So clear what is Scrum team, what is Scrum Master, PO, what is sprint, what is stand-up meeting, what is stories, what is story points, and And yeah, as I told you, what is uh, sprint planning? Sprint planning meeting. Before starting any sprint, all the team members should meet, sit together, and they have to figure it out how many stories they can pick up. Depending on the number of work and number of people available in this sprint, team members can decide, okay, we can pick up 1 and 2 in the first sprint. That is, in 2 weeks we can do this. So that means we need total 6 plus 9, 9 story points, right? 9 story points means 45 hours. We can, in the first sprint, we will finish these two. Second sprint, we can finish these two, maybe 7 plus 1, 8. That is 40 hours work we can finish. Third sprint, we can do this, maybe 10. That is 50 hours thing we can do. Third sprint, that is, this is first 1 and 2 week, this is second and third week, this is fourth and fifth week. So like this, you have to do. In the sprint planning meeting, we will decide all these things. So this is what is agile model. Okay, clear? So there are a lot of stuff, guys. What is agile and all? If you go through, you can't finish it also. I mean, if you want, you can go through any document in the any URL and you can go through it. What is agile? What is the use? Here, okay, product backlog, what is Scrum Team and all. But you don't need all these things if you are completely new into it. While you will work on agile, you will come to know. But yeah, you can go through any any blog and all and figure it out what is agile. So I gave you a high level idea what is agile and all. Now if you go through, definitely you should be able to figure it out. Okay, thank you.